Gemini 3 Flash just changed everything about AI speed. You're probably wasting hours waiting for AI to think, missing out on the fastest model Google has ever released, while everyone else is still using slow models from 6 months ago. Google just dropped something that processes 3 times faster than anything before it, and it's already live in your Gemini app right now. Hey, I'm Ava, and if you've been feeling like AI is too slow for your actual workflow, you need to hear this. Google released Gemini 3 Flash 2 days ago on December 17th, and it's not just another incremental update. This model is replacing Gemini 2.5 Flash as the default in the Gemini app globally, which means millions of people are getting access to pro-level intelligence at Flash speeds whether they realize it or not. Let me break down what just happened here because this is a big shift in how AI models work. Most Flash models are designed to be quick but basic. They're good for simple tasks, quick answers, nothing too complex. But Gemini 3 Flash is different. It scores 90.4% on GPQA Diamond, which tests PhD-level scientific knowledge. It hit 81.2% on MMMU Pro, a benchmark that tests multimodal understanding. That's the same level as Gemini 3 Pro, the premium model that costs way more to run. Here's where it gets interesting. On Humanity's last exam, a benchmark testing expertise across different domains, Gemini 3 Flash scored 33.7% without using any tools. That's triple what the previous Flash model could do. The old 2.5 Flash only hit 11%. Gemini 3 Pro scored 37.5%, and the newly released GPT 5.2 scored 34.5%. So this Flash model is basically performing at the same level as the top models everyone's been talking about. But the speed is what matters for actual work. According to benchmarking from Artificial Analysis, Gemini 3 Flash is 3 times faster than Gemini 2.5 Pro. And it's doing this while significantly outperforming that same 2.5 Pro model across multiple benchmarks. You're getting better quality and faster responses. That combination is rare. Let me give you real examples of what this means for your workflow. Say you upload a video to analyze. Maybe it's a golf swing, a presentation you recorded, or a tutorial you're trying to learn from. Gemini 3 Flash can watch that video, understand what's happening, identify what you need to improve, and give you a step-by-step action plan in seconds, not minutes. Seconds. It processes video, audio, images, PDFs, and text all at once, and it does it fast enough that it feels conversational. The coding performance is actually wild. On SWE Bench Verified, which tests how well models can act as coding agents and solve real software engineering problems, Gemini 3 Flash scored 78%. That's higher than Gemini 3 Pro. Higher than the entire 2.5 series. This Flash model is outperforming premium models on coding tasks while running faster and costing less. Companies like JetBrains, Cursor, and Replit are already building this into their developer tools. Now here's something most people don't know about this release. Gemini 3 Flash can modulate how much it thinks. When you give it a complex task, it'll think longer. When you give it something simple, it uses fewer tokens and responds faster. Google measured this on typical traffic and found that Gemini 3 Flash uses 30% fewer tokens on average than 2.5 Pro while delivering higher performance. So you're not just getting speed, you're getting efficiency. Your API costs go down, your rate limits go up, and the quality stays high. When I first started working with models like this, I was completely overwhelmed by which one to use for what task. Do I use the expensive model for everything? Do I sacrifice quality for speed? That's when I found this community called AI Profit Boardroom. 1,800 members all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. It taught me which workflows save time versus which ones waste it. The community shares real use cases and practical implementations. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and skills, check it out. Link in description. Let's talk about what you can actually build with this. Gemini 3 Flash accepts up to 1,048,576 input tokens. That's basically 1 million tokens of context. You can feed it entire documents, multiple videos, long audio files, and it'll process all of it. The output can be up to 65,536 tokens, so you're not getting cut off mid-response. Google is also rolling this out in AI mode in search. If you've used AI mode before, you know it gives you these comprehensive breakdowns with real-time information pulled from across the web. Now it's powered by Gemini 3 Flash, which means those responses are faster and more nuanced. It can parse the details of your question better, consider multiple aspects of what you're asking, and serve up organized information with specific recommendations, all at search speed. The multimodal capabilities are what make this actually useful for day-to-day work. You can upload an audio recording of a lecture or meeting, and Gemini 3 Flash will identify knowledge gaps, create a custom quiz for you, and give detailed explanations on the answers. You can sketch something rough, and it'll guess what you're drawing before you even finish. You can show it a still image with UI overlays, and it'll analyze it, caption it, and turn it into an interactive experience in real time. For people who don't code, this is huge. You can literally just talk to Gemini 3 Flash about an app idea you have. Describe it out loud, stream of consciousness, no structure needed. It'll take those unstructured thoughts and build a working prototype in minutes. You're not writing a single line of code, you're just explaining what you want, and it handles the rest. Here's what the pricing looks like if you're using the API. 50 cents per million input tokens, $3 per million output tokens. That's slightly higher than Gemini 2.5 Flash, which was 30 cents input and $2.50 output. But you're getting way more capability for that price. And if you're using context caching, which lets you reuse tokens that are repeated across requests, you can get 90% cost reductions. The Batch API is also available, which gives you 50% cost savings and higher rate limits for tasks that don't need immediate responses. Companies are already using this in production. Harvey, an AI platform for law firms, reported a 7% jump in reasoning performance on their internal benchmark for legal work. Box said Gemini 3 Flash shows a 15% relative improvement in accuracy compared to 2.5 Flash, especially on hard tasks like handwriting recognition, long contracts, and complex financial data extraction. Resemble AI is using it for deepfake detection and said it processes complex forensic data 4 times faster than Gemini 2.5 Pro. These aren't experiments. These are real deployments handling critical work. Bridgewater Associates, one of the largest hedge funds in the world, said Gemini 3 Flash is the first model to deliver pro-class depth at the speed and scale their workflows demand. They specifically called out its long context performance on complex problems. When a company like Bridgewater says a model meets their standards, that tells you something about reliability. Let me show you how this compares to other models right now. On Simple QA Verified, which tests factual accuracy, Gemini 3 Flash scored 68.7%. The previous Flash model scored 28.1%. That's more than double. It's close to matching Gemini 3 Pro on accuracy while being way faster and cheaper to run. OpenAI just released GPT 5.2, and on many benchmarks, Gemini 3 Flash is either matching it or beating it. The only model that consistently outperforms it is Gemini 3 Pro, which costs more than 4 times as much per token. For developers building AI agents, this is the sweet spot. You need reasoning, you need speed, you need it to handle tools and function calling. Gemini 3 Flash does all of that without the latency you'd expect from a model this capable. If you're building customer support agents, in-game assistants, data extraction pipelines, or any agentic workflow that needs to run thousands of times per day, this model makes it financially viable. You're not burning through your budget on API calls anymore. One thing that surprised me is how good it is at visual reasoning. You can give it a single prompt, and it'll generate multiple design variations. It can analyze videos in real time and provide guidance as things are happening. Like if you're playing a puzzle game, it can watch your hand movements, understand the game mechanics, and give you strategic advice all within a second or two. That level of responsiveness was not possible with previous models. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 1,800 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences. What's working, what's not. Which tools are worth your time? Which ones to skip? No hype. Just solid information and practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates and figure out how to actually apply them. Link in description if you want to check it out. If you want the full process, SOPs, and 100 plus AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 38,000 members who are crushing it with AI. The big picture here is that the gap between expensive premium models and affordable fast models is closing. Gemini 3 Flash is proof that you don't have to choose between speed and intelligence anymore. You can have both. And that changes what's possible for individual developers, small teams, and anyone building AI into their workflow without a massive budget. If you're serious about learning AI and actually implementing these tools in your daily work, the key is finding a community that's testing things in real time and sharing what works. That's what AI Profit Boardroom has been for me. Real people, real use cases, no marketing fluff, just practical guidance on which workflows actually save time and which ones are a waste. It's made the difference between feeling overwhelmed by new releases and knowing exactly how to use them effectively. Bottom line, Gemini 3 Flash is live now. It's free in the Gemini app. It's affordable in the API. It's faster and smarter than what came before. If you're building anything with AI, testing anything with AI, or learning how to use AI tools more effectively, this should be on your radar. The speed alone changes what's possible, and the fact that it's not sacrificing quality to get that speed is what makes it worth paying attention to.